All right, y'all see it. The choice for the woman that I'm being true to. 1974. 1970 soul music. Let's go. Sing it, Uncle Bobby. There you go. All right. That was the woman that I'm being true to by the choice for my uncle group from the 1970s. That was a cut from 1974, and Van McCoy was the author and producer of all the songs and the production. And we just resurrected, the classic soul music back in the day of the 70s. And, you know, like I said, you know, this is personal for me because that's my fam, And like I said, through my father' death back in August, you know, me and him became closer far as, in my adult life. I was always around my uncle, who's who's really my father's best friend, and but I look at him as an uncle, because he always been around and been a part of the fam. And so, I just feel like when you look at shows like Unsung and Where Are They Now, this group need to be on such programs like that. And I don't know the protocol. Like, do you need to call them or, let them know that they need to come to DC and do their story. I mean, they did one on Stacey Lattisaw, Johnny Gill, but you know, it's like they don't go back no further than 1980, it seemed like to me, when it comes to DC artists. So um it'd be a shame that somebody, you know, really get it when the last two members are deceased, when they breathing and alive and can tell their own story. So I just feel like maybe through my platform and my videos, somebody see, hey, there's a story in DC, one of the greats, you know, is two members alive. They can get them together and let them tell their own story instead of somebody narrating it. So that's why I'm bringing you their whole collection, you know, in increments. So you all can get used to all the songs and enjoy what everybody enjoyed over the years that grew up with this group, you know, like the Temptations and all that. You know what I'm saying? I heard this music as a kid, but you know, it wasn't my era of music. My era of music that I grew up with is the rap culture. So, you know, when my music it got turned on, it was 1980, 86, the birth of rap music. LL Cool J, Run DMC, Curtis Blow, all the old school dudes, you know, and Heavy D, you know, all them dudes, you know. I come from that era of music, you know, and was trying to pursue to be an artist, and that didn't work out. So, you know, so I'm like, so if that don't ever happen, Unsung or Where Are They Now, they don't do no special, then I just feel like I'm doing my part to give them their flowers through my platform and everybody on YouTube that watch my videos and rocking with me, and I'm building a great following. And so, you know, the choice for name is going to be in everybody, you know, memory bank, you know, in this day and time, in this era, because I'm resurrecting their name, their music, you know, for everybody to enjoy. So if you rocking with me on my platform, then therefore you're gonna listen to their music once you watch my video. So you know that's the goal, and I hope you enjoy all that music like we have over the years. So that's it in a nutshell. So you know, I usually speak on something on all my videos. That's what I like doing. So over the weekend, one of my homeboys got served, you know, you know, a child support summons, and you know, and he's upset about it. And I'm like, you know, he calling all the homies about, yeah, can you believe that? And this, and that. I'm like, I'm saying to myself, look, man, I'm a daddy all day. I'm a full-time daddy. You know, I provide and I'm there for my child every day. So I ain't feeling what you talk about. You know what I'm saying? And you wouldn't have this problem if you did the right things. You know what I'm saying? I know COVID really threw everybody for a loop. And a lot of people couldn't work. Thank God my job was one of the occupations that allowed me to go to work. And if I never appreciated my job, I do now, because I was able to still go get my money in the pandemic, during the height of the pandemic, risking going out there getting sick while all the government folks was at home, working from home. I was one of the essential workers that had to go and into the workplace and get my money. So we had masks, we social distances, we washing our hands, and to add to that, I was heat steaming, and I really believe that, that video of heat steaming, I don't know who sent me that video to this day. So we just gonna chalk it up. God sent me that video. I'm very spiritual. I don't know who sent it. Rosayana talking about heat steaming. Okay. He said when you go out, come back in, heat steam for 15 minutes. Before you take your shower. And anything that you inhale, as far as particles of COVID and everything, it sticks right there in the nose and it incubates for 14 days. So therefore, every day you have to heat steam that them particles out your system, out your nose, out your nasal cavity, from your chest, from your throat, and all that. That's old school right there, because my grandmother used to boil hot water and put Vicks in it. And we were sitting near the stove, and if the vapor will open up the coal in us, get all in our chest and stuff. So that ain't nothing new, but he said what he said. He's a natural herbalist. So they study all nutrition of natural herbs and holistic healings. He been doing it over 30 years. Rosayana, go on YouTube and look up his page. He's a Rastafarian. They don't take modern medicine for the most part. Everything is from the earth. The healing is from the earth. But the difference is modern medicine work faster than natural herbs and holistic healing. So I feel like I wouldn't say ditch and don't pay attention or indulge in modern medicine. I think you could combine them both, and you could utilize both assets of healing, through modern medicine and holistic herbs and holistic healing. So therefore you can cut down on a lot of the medication that your doctor might want to put you on, because you're not living the best healthy life that you're living. People got diabetes, high blood, asthma, and so forth. So you can look up and tap into what foods and herbs that you can frequent that will cut down on your condition, that will allow you to take lesser medication or less medication. So, and I understand, and for instance, like I'm a diabetic. My last doctor at Kaiser, I ain't gonna call her name, but I was talking to her about the holistic thing, and she totally ignored me. They don't want to talk to you about natural healing because they don't get paid. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, well, I don't feel like I asked you nothing wrong, but that's their bottom line. I don't want to hear nothing about that. And a lot of doctors and people in the medical field, they don't want to hear nothing about natural, anything. It's all about modern medication to them, because that's the end of, that's the side that they stand on. That's what they done studied. That's what they've been groomed in. And that's their belief. Like, man, look, we all that voodoo and witchcraft, whatever. Okay, that's how they look at stuff like that. So it is what it is, you know. So I'm someone, you know, I don't rule nothing out. I check it out, and you know, and if it makes sense to me, then I'm going to utilize it. And not only that, at the end of the day, I heat steam for at least 3 times a day for an hour at a time at the height of the pandemic. And there were no shots available. So basically, you had to keep yourself healthy. So I'm listening to the information. The information out there was about your immune system is what is the key. You got to keep your immune system strong. So therefore, you got to pump your body with a lot of vitamin D, zinc, magnesium. What else? And elderberry. 4 main ingredients, supplements. When you heat steaming, you need to put a citrus, some kind of citrus peeling in it, like an orange, lime, lemon, along with iodine sea salt. That makes a natural saline that will get up in your nasal cavity, and it will drain all the phlegm out your chest, out your throat, out your nose. Trust me, I was doing this 3 times a day for an hour, and I felt the difference of, okay, not feeling congested and nasally, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, me and my son got asthma. And I'm like, okay, when we get colds, we should never have no more colds. If we continue this process of heat steaming, all that phlegm and cold comes up out of you. You know what I'm saying? And you feel better. You're not walking around nasally and coughing and all that and hacking, you know, and all that. You feel the difference. Since I've been heat steaming since last March, since the pandemic, I have not had a cold. So even if, you know, and the reason for heat steaming, Rasayana was explaining that this is a form of SARS that we just went through back in Florida. I think SARS was real big in Florida because of the warmth area, you know, the warm climate, I'm thinking, allegedly. So he was like, you know, you burn out the SARS with heat. Same thing for COVID. It can't stand in over 90-degree weather, you know, or heat. It can't stand 90-degree heat or better. So that's how you get that out of your system. For it won't incubate and get to your throat. And now it's going down to your lungs. Now, I shared the information. I only had one person was like, man, what's this ghetto shit you talking about? I said, all right, Chant, don't get sick and die, because I'm going to come to your funeral or stand over your casket. I'm like, I told you. Now, if it don't do nothing else, it clears up phlegm and cold and all that bacteria that's in your lungs and in your body. It brings it up. I was sweating all that stuff out. You know, mucus coming out my nose. I'm hacking all that. You know what I'm saying? It made a difference. You know, and I've been up on my supplements for my immune system. Look, you know, I ain't got time to debate whether it works or not. Let's say if it does work, let's go ahead and utilize that. And therefore, you know, if it works, you'll be a recipient of something that works until the vaccine become available. If it don't, oh well, you clearing up a cold, a potential cold before it happened or while it's happening, you could clear that up. It's like believing in God. Somebody said to me, okay, you can't hear, see him, or touch him, or you don't know if it's a he or she. I said, okay, let's say this. Let's get spiritual right now. Suppose there is a God. Do you want to gamble with not being a believer than being a believer? Suppose there is a higher authority, and all you got to do is have faith. They say a little mustard seed of faith will go a long way versus not having no faith at all. So I want to be on the, if it is a higher authority, I want to be under that umbrella to get my blessings, to be covered from all the wickedness and evil out here that the devil bestow on folks, versus not being under no kind of coverage. It's like not having insurance. You don't know when you're going to have an accident. But if you do, you want to have coverage. You might go 20 years and don't have an accident because you're covered. But not having insurance, you're going to wish you had it if you get into an accident. I guarantee that. And let it be your fault. They're going to hang you out to dry. Simple as that. So let's be smart about it. Let's entertain the what if. And let's just go with it. Everything is not to be explained, or you got to have the finalization of, okay, well, if you said this, then it got to be that. Especially the mystery about God. He don't want you to know everything. You just need to believe. That's it. Have faith. All right, I'm getting off here. It's 12:13 midday, and I got my whole day to attend to. So I'm going to sign off. Streets Finest, Big Dave. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in a minute. Peace. Let's go.